Okay. So I was in a yoga class a couple weeks back, and there was something that this teacher had said that landed for me, and it's stuck with me since then. This teacher had said, we're going to be moving at a slow pace, but it's not slow for the sake of downregulation or restoration. Yeah. It's slow for the sake of artful discipline. Now let's pull this apart. I realized how powerful of a statement this actually was. So often when we're being encouraged to do something slower, it's with the desired outcome of restoration and slowing down the nervous system. Okay. And that can happen as well as a byproduct. However, in this fast paced world, doing something slower requires a capacity to be able to be more fully with the process and actually feel the full journey of the process. So if you're moving from one side to the other side, doing so more slowly can be quite activating for the mind because it's like gets irritated and irritable and doesn't want to be with these parts. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done. Right. And so it's such a beautiful practice of resilience to intentionally allow a slowness and whatever bubbles up in the construct, the thinking mind in response to that, noticing the reactivity and allowing that to simply be a process of unstressing. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, why the hell would I do that? Why the hell would I do that? We have so much in our lives that is moving so quickly, and it's only getting quicker. AI is contributing to this. I'm a big fan if used responsibly. And so finding these moments and developing and continuing to nurture our capacity to be with slowness. So as an example, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get you're going to get this little instrument. So lately I've been having a V60 coffee, right? Essentially it's a filter coffee, you put it into there, and then I can get the kettle and pour the kettle over, right? And all of this water comes over. It happens really quickly, right? Super efficient. Great. However, I discovered this little thing, and this slows down the pour of the water. And as I'm doing it, and every time I go to do it, I noticed my mind kind of being like, Dan, just pour the kettle over the top. It's so much quicker. And so just for that reason, it allows the unstressing of that to just actually the mind to alleviate itself of that, which then actually means that other things that might take more time, that might not be so quick, actually get to be experienced with more of a fullness, and more of life actually gets to be experienced from more of a settled space. I'll put my little contraption away. And so give yourself permission to take things slower, but not because it's restorative, but instead notice the discipline required for something to be done at a slower pace. And then you're developing your capacity to do things really quickly, really well, but also to do things at a slower pace, which means you go from having a zone of play in life being this to a zone of play in life being that. That is true inner freedom that starts to awaken and become alive within you with the simplest of practices. Enjoy. I'll see you in the next one, together in deep work, rest, and play.